Yeah.
Come home, it's my time, give me room, let me shine. I'm so high off alive, all my dreams came alive. My reflection is me, and I like what I see. Give me room, let me shine, let me shine.
And so, welcome to Radiant Voices, where creators and visionaries are sharing their stories. I am your host, Amber Turner. Thank you so much for taking a moment out of your day to be here with me today. We all live busy lives, so I am grateful you are spending it with me right now. This episode of Radiant Voices is brought to you by Polish at Home, your on-site beauty provider. Polish at Home is now offering cosmetic teeth whitening. Start 2018 with a radiant smile. No pun intended. They are taking you to the next level in 2018. Easy, convenient beauty, right on demand. Download the app, now available in the Google Play Store. And so, okay, it's been a minute since I've done an episode of Radiant Voices. Yes, I think admitting that and awareness is the first step. But I tell you, after Making a Difference dinner, which was a great success, wonderful event. We, did a lot of things. It was amazing. But I tell you, organizing it really took a lot out of me, and I really, really needed a break. And so I did take a break, but now I'm back. We're here with another episode of Radiant Voices. I am so glad to be back and looking forward to Making a Difference dinner too. But it definitely was a challenge, and but I'm so glad that we got through it. It is what it is, and it's how you feel on the other side that makes it worth it. And I tell you, I feel great. We did an amazing job. Making a Difference dinner was amazing, but I needed a break, and so. But we're here. We are here. And so with this episode, we are talking fear. We're talking fear. What does fear do for you? What does fear not do for you? Does fear imprison you? I was just thinking today, I was just going through some things about a way forward and how I see my career going and things like that. And I was thinking about how far I've come as far as this thing we call fear. Because growing up, I was just fearful of everything. I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from. But I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. I think you all out there can relate to having fear stop you from living out your dreams and stopping you from creating the vision that you have for yourself. And so today, that's what we're talking about today, is fear, and how we can use fear to leverage ourselves to get us to the point of where we can start living out the dream that we see for ourselves. So for me, growing up, fear imprisoned me. And I think in episode 1, I pretty much shared that on that episode on how my thoughts and fears imprisoned me in my own mind. And that's what fear does for all of us. It really does. Because think about it, like what is this fear? We get nervous. Like public speaking is like one of the biggest fears for like all of the world. I don't know what the statistic is, but I mean, almost everyone has that fear of public speaking. But when you think about it, what are you fearful of? Like if you were to mess up a word, what will happen? Nothing. And it's really silly when you think about these things that hold us back. And like for me, I was fearful. I'm like, what was I fearful of all of these years growing up? I was so shy. I didn't want to talk to people. I could barely make eye contact with people and have like a one-on-one conversation with someone. I mean, I still have social awkwardness a lot of times having one-on-one conversations, but what is this? Why am I fearful of that? And so, for a lot of us, um, fear can really hinder us from living out our dreams, fulfilling our life's purpose, our vision for ourselves. And so, we really need to go a little deeper into why we're fearful. Because, and in my case, I thought about this. I was like, why did I allow that to stop me from going after what I felt my life should be for so many years? Because really, what do you have to lose? You have everything to gain, as they say. And so, thinking about the fear that's stopping you from starting your business or pursuing your passion or just accomplishing a simple goal, why is that fear stopping you? So if you can go dig a little deeper and really think about, okay, so why is this a fear of mine, and why am I letting it stop me? Because what's the worst that can happen? I think with a lot of us, when we really start thinking about like, or really start thinking in terms of like, I don't give a damn, it really can propel you into reaching those goals. And I hate to say that because it sounds so, I don't want to say selfish, but it sounds kind of like you really don't care about what other people think, but you really have to think that way, because that's kind of where the fear typically comes in, because it's like, um, what is this person going to say? What is this person going to think? But at the end of the day, they're not you. You're you. And so making yourself happy is the most important thing. And once you make that decision to make yourself happy, then it kind of radiates through your whole life, whether it's like in your marriage or with your relationship with your kids or your family, your friends. When you start making a decision for you, and all of those people in your life start to benefit from you being happy, because you are living in your purpose and you are going for your dream or your vision, your goal, or whatever the case is. And like for me, I had gotten to a point in my life where I almost really didn't have much to lose. And I mean, I honestly wouldn't recommend that you get to a point in your life where you really don't have that much to lose. But when you do, you definitely do not have as much fear as you would if you had much to lose. And I think that's kind of where the fear comes in too, because even trying to open your own business, be an entrepreneur, a singer, or follow your passion, it's scary. And let's just put that out there. It is scary because you think, okay, what if it doesn't work out? I fail. What are the implications of that? Like, what will happen if it doesn't work out? Will I lose all my money and I'll go poor and then I won't have a home? Or will I lose my friends, my marriage, or things like that? But I think when you really start living in your passion, I think everything around you benefits. And I don't think that it can get to a point if you take calculated risk, which is very important not to just go all in into something. Really meditate on it, sit on it, as they say. Um, Take calculated risk. And a lot of times, even with the endeavors that I pursued in my life, um, it was calculated risk. I mean, at some points, I really, in my life, I got to a point where I didn't really have much to lose. So it was like, eh, you know? So, but taking calculated risks, especially if you have a family and children, um, can really calm that fear of pursuing whatever you see for yourself. Because, the first step is really like figuring out where the fear is coming from, why it's there, and what will happen in if it doesn't work out, or why, like if I were to do public speaking or start my own business, the fear is what if it doesn't work out, what will happen. And so that's the first step, is figuring out where the fear is coming from, what is driving this fear. And then the second step would really be mitigating the risk. um, Take calculated risk. And the more steps and planning you can do to follow your passion that won't negatively affect your lifestyle is always the best thing to do. I've always said, one of my favorite quotes that I've always said was, passion is great, but planning is better. And so having passion is always a great thing. It is, definitely, but planning for it is better. And so taking calculated risks, planning for it, and mitigating the risk is always the best thing to do. And for a lot of people, and I think that a lot of people can relate to this, is that not knowing, being at the end of your life and wondering what if, is the biggest fear that can trump all the other fears that you might have, which is, I can definitely relate to that. And so I encourage everyone to explore. Exploration is just amazing, and I think that's what life is about. And I can't say it enough, and I've said it in other podcasts. Exploration is so necessary in life. You will never know. You will never know. And so fear can be a great thing because it allows you to kind of dig a little deeper. Step one. And then fear also is a great thing because it allows you to say, hey, okay, so I have this fear. Why do I have this fear? And so it allows you to devise a plan. And three, fear is a great thing because it drives you. Because when you know what's at stake, then it's going to keep you going. And especially if your fear is of not knowing is bigger than those other fears, then you just keep going. And you never know. And exploration and trying new things is just a great way to live your life. I mean, I can't say it any other way. That's what makes life exciting and beautiful and amazing. And so fear is great. Sometimes. Really it is. But I know, and especially with the things that I do, making a difference center, for instance, there was a huge fear there. I'm like, what if no one comes to this event and I'm on the hook for this amount of money, which is a substantial amount of money to me. And what if it doesn't do well? Once we got the ticket sales, the fear was like, what if things don't go well? What if people don't like the event itself? And the fear never stops. But on that other side, I mean, it's amazing. Which leads me to we are actually organizing another event through Deluxe Productions. It's called Impact You Training Seminar, which I'm really, really excited about because it's a way to learn how to live the life you want. Whether it's building your business or you're in real estate and you need to learn how to sell, cold calling, and to how to have a successful career. It's going to be amazing training, and I'm really, really excited about that because I find it so necessary to learn these different aspects of business. And cold calling and selling, especially selling, is something that you use in almost every industry. You might not think about it. You might just think about, okay, sales is like retail or even real estate. But sales is so valuable in that you always have to sell whatever you're doing, your service, your product, whatever it is. With Polish at Home, with me, I have to sell my services and sell people on why they need this service. In any industry that you do, you have to persuade people to get them on board, to get them vested in you or vested in your product or your service. So selling is a very, very important. It's very underrated because I think people think about selling in specific industries where selling is really, it almost encompasses like everything that you do. Even in your personal life, selling is so valuable. So I'm really, really excited about Impact You training seminar, and it's coming to Colorado Springs in October. So if you want to learn more about this training seminar, definitely visit impactyouconference.com and sign up for our newsletter to get more information on how you can be a part of this training seminar. It's going to be so valuable. Whatever industry you're in, you could definitely find value and great takeaways that you can implement in your life and business. But that's all I have for today. I am so grateful you guys are taking the time to be here with me today. I understand that we all live busy lives, and I said that in the beginning, but I really and truly mean that. And again, many thanks and blessings to you all. And until next time, let your light shine.
Yeah. Come home, it's my time, give me room, let me shine. I'm so high off alive, all my dreams came alive. My reflection is me, and I like what I see. Give me room, let me shine, let me shine. Yeah. Come home, it's my time, give me room, let me shine. I'm so high off alive, all my dreams came alive. My reflection is me, and I like what I see. Give me room, let me shine.